These are the most disturbing and strange things caught on dashcam footage. This first footage starts on a dark and narrow road surrounded by some tall grass. But as the car starts to take the bend, a dark black figure appears holding a briefcase. As the footage continues, another man is spotted, almost identical to the first man. But as soon as the car keeps going, the men look almost startled and run away from the car, and tens of other men looking the same are seen standing in the grass. Moving down the road, another person is caught with a flare. It's unknown what these people were doing, and I definitely wouldn't want to be the one to get out and find out. In the year 2016, America was going through this clown phase that was scaring everyone. The whole point was to just scare people, but for some, they took it to another level, kidnapping and hurting random people just for fun. In this footage, a family was driving in the dark as the dashcam would capture a clown standing in front of the car. He then started to wave. As the driver of the car started to reverse, the clown would then proceed to chase the car. In late July of 2022, a small plane had lost power and was nowhere near an airport. The two men inside of the cockpit were instructed to make an emergency landing on the road. The cameras on a Tesla captured the view from many different angles. The plane hit a sign on its landing and was forced to keep on going down the road as the plane was coming in at a high speed. The plane lost a wing and was leaking gas all over the road. The two inside the plane were taken to the hospital. This footage captures the exact moment a truck pulls up on a planned ambush. The video shows that many adults and illegal immigrants were responsible for this ambush. They used trees to block the driver from going anywhere and also held branches in their hands as if they wanted to hurt whoever they were going to get. It is said that they did this because their camp got destroyed during a demolition. Luckily, the driver was in a truck and could go over the trees and not be in real bad danger. Unfortunately, he got wounds from items thrown at him as he passed by. If you ever catch yourself driving at 1 a.m. on Sunday, just keep this video in the back of your head, as this person ended up almost catching themselves in danger. As this car comes up on an intersection, a man wearing a hoodie can be seen with his head down and starting to move in front of the car. You can also hear a scream come from the man, but it almost sounds unhuman. They were unsure of what the man was trying to do, but it seems like he was up to no good at all. Paul was driving on his way to work, but he suddenly started to feel weird and uneasy, so he decided to turn off his cruise control. He then passes out while driving with his foot on the gas and starting to drift off the highway. This footage was captured in Slovakia back in 2012. A family was taking a drive on a narrow country road with trees close together on both sides. As they keep going, they come across a fallen tree covering the whole other side of the road. However, they continue on by. Just in front of them, they find another. As they draw near the second one, the sound of cracking becomes audible just ahead of their position. A tree is in the process of falling, triggering a chain reaction as more trees collapse, progressively nearing their vehicle. The family endeavors to reverse away, but the falling trees swiftly catch up, ultimately landing directly on their car and trapping them.
Задний ход, давай задний ход.
Meanwhile, additional trees persist in descending upon them. The falling trees were subsequently determined to be a consequence of ground destabilization brought about by an overwhelming volume of rainfall. Over the past 8 days, continuous and substantial rain had saturated the area, causing the soil to become waterlogged and loose. This dashcam footage originates from a pickup truck in Chile, captured as the driver entered a highway on-ramp. Progressing ahead, the vehicle directly in front starts applying brakes, eventually coming to a complete stop. Subsequently, the doors of that vehicle swing open, revealing 2 individuals, one of whom appears armed. Initially attempting to reverse, the driver finds a car behind, leaving no choice but to push forward. The vehicles managed to reach the highway during this maneuver. Throughout the push, the attackers' brake lights illuminate, but the pickup remains largely unaffected. The video was shared with the police for identification purposes. Additionally, it was posted online, leading the legitimate owner of the vehicle used by the men to recognize it a few days later. Investigations revealed that the car had been stolen shortly before the video was recorded. This incident unfolded in Canada, north of Toronto, in May 2021. The dashcam footage captures a vehicle traveling when suddenly a plane streaks by just in front of it. The plane narrowly avoids colliding with the vehicle, crash landing on the lawn grass across the street. The plane sustains damage to its nose and sides. 2 occupants, an instructor and his student, were on board attempting a touch and go, a training exercise involving landing, decelerating, and immediately taking off again. Unfortunately, the plane failed to regain sufficient altitude during the takeoff, leading to its crossing the road and crashing. Fortunately, no one on the ground was harmed, and both the instructor and student escaped without major injuries. If you are new, make sure to subscribe and like the video.